Hello. There's a patch tomorrow. Yeah, there's a patch every Tuesday. Every Tuesday there's a patch, and I think for the foreseeable future, there's going to be a lot of expectations or worries about the Tuesday patches. But yeah, there's a patch every Tuesday. All right. We are going. Siema, Lewinek. We are going to start today by doing weeklies. We have 60 lions, which I don't like. We'll probably skip the 60 lions. I think we can do most likely everything else. The pirate skeletons, not the greatest, but we'll make do. We have a few Port Hope ones. I guess we start with the Port Hope ones. Hey, Wuta. Folks, to be global cooldown. That's not happening. Not happening, I think. Rebalance patch, unbuff. We'll see. I'm not sure yet if I'm expecting anything. Maybe. Hey, Bruno. April. Hey, actually, I haven't seen you in a while, Bruno. Hello. Hey. Yeah, the April rebalance. I thought it was going to be like March rebalance, even earlier sometimes. But yes, it's finally here. It's finally here, Bruno. Why beginners? Because much more time efficient. Hope they keep it the same. Just buff the monks. Yep. Sure. Keep everything the same, but buff the monks. I'm okay with that. Take off global cooldown on beams. If they took global cooldown of beams, they'd have to nerf the beams for sure. Forks aren't quite that strong. You can do lions in like 20 minutes. Okay. 20 minutes for a single beginner kill task is a lot. If it's more than like 3 to 5 minutes, I generally don't do it. So you kind of proved my point that it's not really worth it. All right, let's do the Merkins first, real quick. Who said there was a patch regarding the rebalancing? No one? We know there will be a patch. If it's going to be rebalancing, we'll guess we'll see. Not necessarily, right? We'll have to see. It may be too early still. Sounds like you don't like the forks, Water. Sounds like it's not your play style. Hey, Kulechka. Is it challenging to play MS on stream? Yes. Extremely hard. I find it extremely hard. I'm enjoying MS. Okay, don't get me wrong, but I do think it's not a great streaming vocation. Especially the kind of stream that I like to have, which is a lot of reading questions, answering questions, viewer interaction. It's hard. It's hard, and I'm not enjoying it so much because of that. I think if I wasn't streaming and I was just playing sorcerer, just for myself, it's fine. It would still be demanding, but it would be fine. But whilst streaming, it's a little rough. I have to be honest. Hello, Gaines. Hello, good morning. Enjoy your gym session. I'm assuming that's why you're up so early. Share my shatek. We need patch for RP to have more damage. Yeah, that's one expectation. Sure. While you're chilling around, what's the MS rotation for flimsies? So for solo fire rotations, I go for Fire Wave and Death Echo. The flexibility of being able to move around and kite around in a flexible way through using Death Echo, I think trumps the extra damage from the energy spells. Theoretically, the mathematically correct rotation would be to skip Death Echo and use Energy Wave and Energy Beam together with the conversion to fire. But I don't think so. I much prefer using Death Echo and being able to manage the waves a lot easier that way. Hello, Quinn. Just got back home from the gym already. Oh my god. I strive to have such a commitment to one's physical health. I envy you, Gains. Fireweb Death Echo. Yeah, you can. You could have 2 multi-action buttons. Sure, you could. I find that the more multi-action buttons you have, the more confusing it gets in your head. I don't know. If you can manage it, by all means. Do you think Druid will be changed? I don't. I think it'll be. I think it'll be adjusted. Hang on a minute. Why is there so many Merkins here? Was there a raid? Must have been a raid, right? There's not normally any Merkins this far south. Must have been some look, must have been some Ape City raid. That was interesting. No. Not that interesting, I suppose. So yeah, as far as druids go, I really don't think there would be a riot if Tipsoft nerfed the comfort of druid forks. So I don't think I think it's very unlikely that they will nerf the usability and comfort. I really don't think they will nerf the cooldowns. I don't think they will nerf the jump range because people would be extremely unhappy with it. I think people will swallow a more numerical nerf rather than a functional nerf. So I would not be surprised to see like a 10% base damage nerf on the forks and maybe like a 10 to 20% mana increase on them as well. So that's what I would expect. I don't think I would be very surprised to see a functional change because that would really be upsetting. They'll make nerfs tomorrow? Don't know. I have no idea. Maybe too early. Or maybe there'll be no nerfs at all. Still getting cooked alive? Yeah? Where do you live, Quinn? No nerf directly before 2x? Yeah, with the monk, they used to nerf the monk after the 2x, right? That you would spend the 2x skilling to get buffed up, and then they would nerf your ass. Yeah, that rings a bell. Okay, now we're doing a bit of terror birds while we're kiting towards maybe a tarantula respawn. Yeah, let's do the terror birds. I am almost sure EK will be targeted the most while getting the least. I don't think so. I don't think EK is going to be targeted the most. I don't think. Hey, Chashman. I don't think EK is that ridiculous right now. Probably just mana cost adjustments. Aren't you playing the test server? What is there for me to play on the test server? Test what? I've seen the proficiencies. I've seen the echo raids. What is there for me to do? I don't care about the new quests and new areas. So whatever. It's not. I'm not hyped for the summer update. Like it'll be fine. The echo raids will be fine and everything, and they'll be quite fun when they happen. It'll be good content, especially if you get one tapped by a warden. But I'm not like super hyped about the test server or the update itself. It'll be all right. Nerfs only after summer update. They did that with the monk with the weapon proficiency update. They dropped the weapon proficiency. The update was released on like a Monday, I think. And then on Tuesday, they did a huge nerf for the monk. So even after getting the max proficiency, they were still weaker than before the proficiency system. So it felt like that was the summer update last year, I think. That really sucked. I still remember the pain. This is why I'm holding off on getting too into this sorcerer as well. I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to be hurt again. Tipsoft can't keep getting away with it. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the nerfs, dude. I don't want to go through the pain. Yeah. Right. You have a video of Deep Desert for a monk. Will they repeat the same for a duo? Yep. There's not much flexibility in that respawn. Ah, someone's killed the Terrorbirds here. Yeah, not much flexibility in that respawn. It's basically just one lap. Same for whatever setup you go there. I'm very happy for the new level 1k weapons that I won't be able to afford and ever wield. Exactly, right? Exactly. That's my my view on it too, right? I don't know. I don't know when I'm ever gonna hit 1k. Okay, I'll tell you when I'm gonna hit 1k. If a 6 vocation comes out and I'm well into it, that's like the scenario where I could see myself getting 1k. But yeah, probably not for a while. Is 9kk raw decent on Dragalisks? I suppose that depends on your level and vocation, right? Well, I don't remember your level and vocation from the top of my head. What's up? 830 MS? Yeah, I imagine that's pretty decent. I imagine that's what around what I'd expect. What are the odds they release a new vocation? I think it's high. What's more unknown is the timeline for a 6 vocation release. I think okay, so within 5 years, so let's say by 2031, I have like 95% confidence that there will be a 6 vocation. Now it gets a little bit more uncertain when it actually will be. I would imagine in a year or two, probably, maybe like a couple of years. Isn't Sanguine Coil for level 600? It is indeed, but you can equip it, and when killing monsters, you still get proficiency. So I'm basically, whenever I do weeklies or like easy bestiaries and stuff, I equip it and I just pre-farm some proficiency so that when I hit level 600, I've already got a little bit of proficiency. You know, like you'll find that even though I don't benefit from anything because I don't have the level, I already have proficiency 5. So you know, a little bit. Just over 2 million proficiency already. Big brain, you see. Big brain. Isn't it a little too easy spot for 544? That necromancer guide is on its way for sure. Bro, please, 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 please let it happen. That is going to be my 1k. I promise. And I'm preparing for the nerfs. Yeah, this will be where I will be able to hunt after the nerfs. So exactly. Okay. Those are done. Now we need Dwark, Voodoo Masters, and Tarantulas. Oh, there's a Tarantula. Do you predict any nerfs? Do you think it was deliberate to accelerate levels for everyone? Based on Tipsoft's messaging, I think it wasn't deliberate. You know? Well, we shall see. But I would not expect this level of performance to be the new normal. They had free test server. It's all fine right now. Sure, bud. I'm sure Tipsoft agrees. Would I like it? Okay, so would I like it to be deliberate? I don't know. I think there's I enjoy a variety of respawns and variety of progression. I feel like if they accelerate the I don't know, say first 500 levels a little bit too fast, then we get even less content in this game. I feel like a slower level 0 to 500 lets you experience a bunch of respawns. If they accelerate it too much, you're just gonna go with like 2-3 respawns, until level 500, then 2 free respawns until 1k, and then a couple of end game respawns for team hunting. And then it's like, yeah, okay, you have more power, you have the fun end game respawns that you can hunt earlier, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I really would. I'm all for comfort. I really like the comfort changes. I'm a big fan of the masteries on the sorcerer. I'm a big fan of the forks usability. I'm a big fan of the better mana potions for the EK. I'm a big fan of the auras. But ultimately, I'd be happy with the overall power level being exactly the same as before rebalance, just with all the new quality of life conversions and auras and stuff. That would be my optimal solution. I think the extra power that everyone's gotten, not necessarily good in the long run. Especially for a variety of places you would hunt. I don't think anyone's getting over nerfed though. If sorcerer was if the monk is anything to go by, then we are much more likely to see small nerfs just until vocations are at the place where Tipsoft wants them. So you're gonna get like you're gonna be getting hit with like 2% nerfs every 2 weeks for the next 3 months or something, right? Until you're at the level that Tipsoft is okay with. I think that's more likely than a massive nuke nerf tomorrow, you know? I wouldn't worry about that too much, but I would be worried that whatever they nerf tomorrow may not be final. Or whenever they nerf, right? I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. All right, that's done. So with regards to kills, I want to do cobras, pirate skeletons, emerald damselflies, those 3. I'm skipping the lions. Let's go to the cobras. Don't class with dots or debug stacking. Yep, could be cool. Yeah. Although I have to say, I think Tipsoft more likely if they create the 6th vocation. I don't know if they'd go that crazy. I feel like they would just go for another variant of something similar to what there is. They would maybe just do create another mage, but with different elements, right? You'd have a mage with like life drain element or something. Death and life drain, or holy and life drain mage. Something like that. I'm not sure that they would be quite inventive enough to go for something really new. Why am I wasting so much? I don't have my... well, I'm using runes. That's why. That's why. Oh, you're actually asking about someone else. Let me see. Zodicaro, I wonder how they fix the supply issue. Right now, we're playing full team hunt with friends, 3 hours hunt. 700k supply, ED 800k, RP 1.3kk, and Sorcerer has 30k supply and top damage. Well, supplies are balanced through leech. There's two angles to supplies. One is leech, and the other is mana costs. Right? That's basically it. Or mana spend. So something, one or the other, right? Either they just increase mana costs massively, which hurts low levels quite a lot, or they somehow touch the leech formula. And seeing what's going on with all the vocations and the 0 supplies and stuff, I would not be so shocked to see a leech formula or imbue power readjustment, realignment in the coming months. I'm not saying it's a guarantee or anything, but if one of the patches, I don't know, if a patch in a month said that they are nerfing the imbue values by half, and suddenly now vampirism instead of being 25% is 12%, and void instead of powerful void instead of being 8% is 4%, and everything else gets cut accordingly, I actually would not be I would not be that shocked. I don't know if it will happen, but would not be too surprised. Hey, Yuki-cha. 280 MS with 106 magic level. Hella fun, but first need to find out rotation after first revelation perk. Okay. Well, the Discord's your place. What do you think about Monk on Quaras on Podzilla? I was looking at any video on YouTube but didn't find any. I tested it some time ago at like level 600. And yeah, it is going to be doable, but I'm not sure what level it's really going to be good. I think around like a 1k Monk can probably do all right there. But it's not going to be your best spot. You're still going to be better at like Robritas or Norks, I think, for solo. It's better to death combo than fire. Yes. Death rotation. Death rotation, Simon. Simon. Is it Simon or Simon? I guess Simon. No, Simon Elliott. So Simon. Death rotation is the best one DPS wise. If the elements are all like 100%, then death rotation is best. Then energy, then fire. Hey Zaki. Oh, Zaki, I fixed the sub alert on Kick. Let me replay your sub from yesterday. I felt bad, but I fixed it. Let's go. There you go. I apologize for missing it yesterday. Do you use UE in regular hunts? In what circumstances? Yes, you need to be using UE. You get used to it, but yeah, you do use it. You either use it at the, I don't know. I tend to use it either to open a box or to finish a box, or in the middle of the box. I hope that helps. Yeah, use it every time it's off cooldown. That's probably a good advice. Sometimes, hold off by 2 or 3 seconds if you know that you've got a lot of monsters coming in from somewhere else. Hold off by like 1 rotation or whatever. But yeah, you do want to be using it a lot. Hey, which boots should I get first for RP? Stag Shin Guards? Yeah, just say for Soul Stalkers, I think. What do Stag Shin Guards have? 2 physical, 5 energy? I mean, if you already have a fair amount of energy protection on the Paladin, right? You have it on your legs. You have the Pendulum. I don't know if energy is that critical. I'd probably just get the Soul Stalkers. I think there's a lot of, now that I think about it, I think there's a lot of pirate skeletons in, not here actually, also Nargorb on this area towards the Medusa ointment thingy that you need in the Dream Courts. So we've cleared the lap, and actually it's 31 out of 58. So I only need one more lap here. I wonder if it's worth actually running all the way into Deep Nargor, or whether it's better to just wait for a lap. I think we just wait and I just answer some questions. I think it's probably going to be just as fast. How is MS for a keyboard-only gameplay? Nope, not possible. You need, well, shouldn't be. You need on cursor for Death Echo. Kind of gimping yourself, Bruno, if you don't use mouse. There is an interactive map showing all the spawn points. There isn't one ultimate source. There's a bunch of approximate spawn point maps. They're not all fully accurate. Never said thank you for adding the target weapons used in the training tab. Is this a JD Vance reference, Tiger? Feels nice when you see the first proc of death proc of Death Echo's crits. Yeah. I think they will change that though. Change that. I feel like, I don't know, it's strange to be able to play around it a bit. It does feel nice though, for sure. Especially with the extra crit in the death stance. Very nice. Should I buy anyone before Soul Tainter? Nope. Lion Wand into Soul Tainter. That's the progression. That's the progression. Wouldn't bother with Naga Wand. Switch to Exori Vis perks there. Remember that, well, first of all, the investment to switch their perks is quite high. I would probably not recommend that. I'd rather you suggest you save the dust for Soul Tainter. That's the first thing. And second of all, you can't even guarantee what you get. So no, I would stick to Lion Wand into Soul Tainter. And then Sanguine Coil. Beginner task is better than the others. It's just the most worthwhile per time spent. I'm all about efficiency, so to me, beginner tasks are best. Cast Death Echo on an off-screen party member. You can do that through the party screen. Nice. I do use a damn billion buttons mouse. Yep. Keyboard only? Not on who plays keyboard? I think you could play keyboard only on Druid and EK. That's it. That's it. Druid EK can be keyboard only, I suppose. And Monk, you need to aim 1,000 fist blows now with on cursor, so I don't think so. Why not MS? Because you want to on cursor Death Echo, no? You can skip 1K fist blow. I don't know about that, Wooter. I'm actually hearing that the more people play with it, the better the feedback. I'm not so sure, especially with some of the new perks coming out for it, and the new weapon having some boosts for it. I'm not sure. Sure. I mean, I suppose if you just want to skip it and you don't care, then I guess you can skip you can just skip 1K, right? It's not as good as Death Echo and Sorcerer. So if you want to do keyboard only playstyle, you can either skip it or just use it on target. I guess that would be fine. Did you try your monk yet? No, I don't want to. I've seen the bugs. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's not. I don't want to play monk anymore. I'm boycotting monk. Damage is similar to G-Fob? No, I don't think so. I think it's less. I used to use runes on my RP on target and select the tag of attack closest. Wasn't too bad. Yeah, don't say that in the Paladin channel on the Discord or you'll get crucified. But yes, you can do that. Now though, with the barrages, it's even worse. But yeah, sure you can. I guess you can still do that. Right, need 6 more pirate skeletons. Realistically, do you think they'll buff monk or keep it in the limbo? I think they will fix a lot of the bugs that they're not even aware that exist, and that in itself will improve the monk a lot. I don't know if they will be buffing it for now. I think likely what's going to happen is they're going to be nerfing other vocations to bring them in line with the monk. I think that's my honest expectation, and it's just going to feel less bad for the monk when everybody else is more similar in power. They should buff Tito for monk, change it to 30% rather than 16. Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with that. And finally, Virtue of Justice would be their undisputed go-to virtue. Yes, please. Yes, no more virtue debate. I would be so happy if they killed the virtue debate. Although there is an angle which kind of might make the virtue debate also concluded, and it's the fact that in summer update, their rerollable proficiencies, it sounds like by a wide margin, the best one is gain percentage of your fist fighting as extra damage for your spells. And that's going to scale with Virtue of Justice, right? You're going to have extra fist fighting, hence you're going to be gaining more damage for your spells through the new proficiency perk. So maybe, just maybe, Virtue of Justice is going to be the undisputed king because of that. Fingers crossed. All right. Pirate Skeleton's done. The only other one we have now is Emerald Damselfly. Nerf coming tomorrow? Don't know. We shall see. But that will be changed just for high levels. I don't know about high levels. I think already, depends what you define as high levels, I suppose. But I think you would already be fishing for those perks as early as like Cobra Bow, right? Level 250, Cobra Bow. Probably dump the 4% life leech on here. Or one of these here. I don't know what is even the meta here. 10% of your fist fight is extra healing for your spells. Yeah, dump that one, I guess. Dump this one for fist fighting as damage for spells in here. Yeah. At this point, they should merge into a single stance with fist and harmony bonus. Love it. Love it, Evantino. Great idea. Make it a little bit weaker, but merge them, right? Make it like 10, 12% fist plus the harmony bonuses. And that's the offensive stance. And then you've got a defensive in the virtue of sustain. Yeah, love it. Love it. What patch? What does it patch every Tuesday? Crypt Spine. I use Crypt Spine after the rebalance. Well, you recommend hunting as soon as you get a Cobra Bow? Warzone 5, Were Tigers. I seem to recall. Chapped Book World. Tomorrow's summer update? No, tomorrow's just a Tuesday patch. Non to be a question. Are you, so to speak, happy with the multi-streaming? Being exclusively on one platform wouldn't be ideal at this point. No, I like multi-streaming. There's much more of an audience when multi-streaming, you know? I have the fairly rare situation where I have a very evenly spread audience across YouTube, Twitch, and Kick at this point. So I have like a triple audience when I multi-stream to 3 of them, and going into a single one doesn't drag all the people in there. So technically Kick pays you more when you're not multi-streaming and you're streaming exclusively to Kick, but it's about the same amount of money when I stream exclusively to Kick as when I multi-stream. But this way I have a way more audience. So it's just a lot easier to stream because there's more people watching, more people asking questions. So much easier for me to stream, as well as, you know, just having more of a reach out there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with multi-streaming. Kick would have to do like some, I don't know. For the foreseeable future, I expect multi-streaming. Yes, I've left the monk for good now, I think. However, if you don't have an existing audience on multiple platforms, then streaming to one platform, if you have partner, would make more sense on Kick. Thank you, Fox. Thank you, Fox Blue, for the T1 sub on Twitch. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. Emerald Damselflies. There we go. And we'll be done. Then maybe we'll do... I've got this. I rolled this yesterday. Kind of tempted, although it's probably going to take a little while. I think I'm soon abandoning Monkship as well. Just get 1,200 and then, yeah. Yep. Can't blame you. Can't blame you, Avantino. It's been fun. It's been a fun ride. Oh no, someone's here. It's been a fun ride. Obviously I've had a really good time playing the monk. And I don't want to feel forced to play it. There's other vocations now that are also very, very fun. Monk was clearly the most fun and modern vocation when it was released. But now it's no longer all that new. The hype and excitement of it has kind of subsided. And it's not even all that much more comfy and modern than all the other vocations now after the rebalance. So unless it has a very strong, unique selling point, then no real reason to play it, right? And what is the monk's unique selling point at this point? Combo play style? I don't know. It's clear it's not a good bosser. It's no longer a top solo hunter. It's not a good team hunter. I don't know. Are you handling the heat well? Yep. I mean, I've got air conditioning at home, so no worries there. If I didn't have air conditioning, I'd be hating my life right now for sure. And yes, there's supposed to be a storm. We'll see. I don't want to predict nerfs. I don't want to predict nerfs. We'll see what happens. But what I will say is that I always think that Tipsoft likes small nerfs in increments rather than over nerfing. So even if there is a nerf, I don't expect it to be that significant. It's just more that, it might be a nerf now, another nerf in 3 weeks, another nerf in 6 weeks, another nerf in 3 months, etc., etc. So kind of sucks from the guide making perspective because it feels like I don't know how long how long I'm going to have to wait. We'll see. I'm as strong as I was on 900 and I'm soon 1200. Yep, scaling was a very noticeable issue on the monk. I feel like there's a couple of last true breakpoints. One of them is when you hit level 600, you get the sanguine claws. You really do feel more powerful. And then the other breakpoint is when you unlock T2 chain penance. And that is at like level 700 or something with a greater gem. And honestly, past that point, the monk does not feel like it. You get an extra 100 levels, barely noticeable, right? The EU mind cannot comprehend that AC exists. I think modern houses have them. I don't know. Maybe maybe I live in a bit of a bubble. Maybe I'm out of touch. I don't know. All my friends seem to have AC, but maybe it's not that common. You think tomorrow some changes? Don't know. I think it may be a little too early. I think they may wait still a bit longer. A bunch of bug fixes though, for sure. Sanctuary doesn't give you that much. From what I hear, no. But yeah, again, I'm not playing anymore, so it's all second-hand information. Hello. All right, Damsel Flies finished. Okay, we've got our weekly kills. Let me hand in some of the items I've collected. Yeah, should we go for 12 this week? I'll see if I can get a glue injection tubes. I have 381 that I need, and they're quite rare. We'll see if I can get 16 this week. Not sure. I'm skipping Lion, so I get to skip one of the items. We'll see. Maybe it'll be a 12 week this week. All right, I'm gonna go Fury's Oromond, I think. I haven't been there yet on this monk, and I've got this bounty. So I guess we can try that out. I guess I will need energy rotation. Should be 0 supplies, I think. Change my wheel. Oh no, I was ready on the fire energy death wheel. Okay. All right. Oromond, yeah, we'll try Oromond. If it's free. Could actually be taken. It's a fairly popular spot. A lot of monks on Kalanta. Why skipping lions? You can firebomb farm them. I'm not that bothered. If it's between having 16 out of 18, if it's because of the lions, then I'll do them. But if I can get 16 without killing them, then nah. I wonder if they ever touch druids with nerfs buffs, because honestly it feels balanced. I hope they don't. I hope they don't touch the functionality of them. It's nice that the druids finally have some fun, right? I'm really looking forward to playing the druid. You know? Hey, Christian, do you know if that perk that converts distance to extra damage to spells is flat damage? Yeah, it's flat damage. So if you have 100 distance and you convert 25% of it, you'll be doing plus 25 damage. Okay. Beams, equipment, amulet, dwarven ring. Only 4 minutes. Chuck it out. And bounty talisman. They'll nerf base damage of forks and buff scaling. Could be. On low levels, they're pretty broken. Could be. You think Monk is balanced right now compared to other vocations? No. I think other vocations are a bit too strong and likely going to see. What happened there? That was weird. The light went funny in my webcam. Strange. Yeah, I think they likely, all of the vocations will likely be brought down to the monk's level rather than the other way around, unfortunately. Got some god power, yeah, yep. HP gems or mitigations on Paladin. Depends on the level. You start with HP gems, you transition to mitigation as you no longer need the HP as you get higher level. I imagine on Paladin around level 6, 7, 800 is when I'd be looking at mitigation gems. All right, let's see how this goes. Oh, right. This is the rotation where I actually need 2 hotkeys, right? Because if I hit the beam with on 2 targets, my rotation changes. It's been a few days since I played this guy. I don't like power creep in games, generally. I'd rather have a little bit more content than just get content power crept out of the game. Well, we shall see. Power deflation, exactly. Make everybody hunt dwarf mines, rotworms, and dwarfs again at level 10. That's what we want. Hey, Astor, hello. Much harder to read the comments and respond once I actually start hunting. The curse of the sorcerer. You actually got to stay focused. Look at the screen and aim your spells. Maybe we'll have to stream more Paladin. Well, the fact that we play infinite scaling game is even more of a reason not to make the progression too fast, right? I mean, the game basically ends. It's an infinitely scaling game theoretically, but at one point it just ends, right? You just end up hunting the same 1 or 2 respawns anyway. And what we just want to speed up the game so that you get to that final point where you just hunt one spot over and over sooner. I'd rather have a more fun progression before hitting that spot. I like being able to hunt 50 different spots before reaching the end game. Some people just want to reach the end game and just hunt, dark light core for 3 years running. Not me though. Bounties, yeah. Oh god, love bounties. Let me check. Let me start my loot. I see I'm picking up all the rusted legs. Hang on a sec. Let me get rid of that. And the hams. All right. Patch tomorrow? Well, there's a patch every Tuesday, so yes. I don't know what exactly it's gonna contain. Buff to monks. Yep, for sure, for sure. No doubt. You use multi-action or manually? Yes, I use multi-action. Here I use 2 hotkeys. I use a multi-action for energy wave, energy beam, and I have death echo on a separate hotkey. The beam mastery cooldown reduction on the beams messes me up, so I have them on a separate cooldown because you can you can get yourself locked out of a rotation or just cast. Actually, no, it's not that you get yourself locked out of rotation, but you can it messes you up because it changes the next spell. And if I'm expecting Death Echo to be the next spell, then I position differently than if it's going to be a wave, right? Unconverted Death Echo. Terrible here. You're trying to sell my monk, but no one wants it. Don't sell it now. This is like right now is like the definition of selling low. In the stock market when people joke about buying high and selling low. Right now, the monk stocks are like an all-time low. So selling now is selling low. So I'm holding on. I'm coping that it's going to be better. Is there any good list of hunting places that takes weekly tasks into consideration? Well, I'm literally trying to populate everything on Tibia Pal with that now, right? So it's already got some progress for sorcerer and for paladin, and it will eventually be fully complete with all the vocations, and they will include the profits from the weekly tasks indeed. 1 key energy wave beam and 2nd key only echo. Yes, that's what I have, yep. And then I alternate those. Yeah. Going to play baby sorcerer as well. Very nice. I still messed up the rotation. God, it's going to be so easy to stream paladin or druid or EK. Hell, even monk is not that hard really to stream. It's still a set rotation. You don't really need to think about it too much once you've got it down. It's the positioning that that kills me here. I hear the virtue swapping is a lot easier since the multi-action stuff, right? I saw someone explaining how you can set up your multi-actions to do the virtue swapping almost no problem. How is your Vis horse so big? It's for the wheel. You can pick it up at, I believe, 425 points. You can have the bigger beam mastery, bigger beams, and bigger energy wave. So around level 460 or so. Hey, Mefka. Oh, yeah. Hello, Mefka. Yes. Hello. hello. Virtue swapping now, it's like one more key. Set harmony bind before spenders and manually use VOJ. No, I think you do a multi-action button on your spenders. I don't remember now, but like, I don't know how people did it, but basically you had two separate spender multi-actions, and based on I don't remember. Someone's gonna have to dig it up from Discord for me. But yeah, there's a way to just set up your multi-actions that you basically if you do your rotation right, you don't even need to think about virtue swapping. It just happens by itself with the multi-actions. I downloaded Tibia and bought premium again. We're back. Awesome, Ed. Have you decided on a server yet? No, have fun. Hey, loser. Yes. Cool. Nice to see you. Will you come back to Monk? I don't think so. Well, I mean, I will eventually, but at the moment it's scheduled as my last vocation to remake after the rebalance. So I will, but you know, the expected timeline for when I go back to the monk at this point is 1 more year. So I'll probably be done with all the other vocations in about a year. So that's when I'm going to go to the monk. Kind of said if I should continue monk or level my 40 paladin with 116 distance. I'd play the paladin because low level paladin right now with Utito is so ridiculous. It's I've been playing a bit of it the past few days. Even streamed a tiny bit yesterday, and I only have 85 distance. So on Utito, I have like 120. If you have 116 without Utito, you're going to absolutely blast through the game. Is Monk that bad that you don't want to play it? It's more that I'm bored. Yeah, it's not that it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. It's more that, you know, I'm a content creator and the Monk hasn't changed all that much. So it's in my interest to be playing some more fun things that have changed a little bit more. Plus, even just from a personal perspective, I like to mix things up a bit. I don't like playing a single vocation all that long. I like to change vocations fairly often, so it's mostly that. Why do EKs feel so weird after the patch? You're gonna have to explain a little bit better. I haven't heard anything about EKs feeling weird. So what do you think? What's the best class for solo play right now? Honestly, anybody other than Monk, I guess. I think everybody's very, very fun. The only thing is sorcerer is quite difficult. So I think between EK, Paladin, and Druid, all those are basically fine for solo. I don't really have a straight up preference, but I do think sorcerer is quite difficult. So if you're not up to it, probably not sorcerer. In what way did Mon get nerfed in Team Hunt? I don't think it got nerfed in Team Hunt. It's mostly that everybody's doing so much more damage and is so much more powerful that the Monk is by extension doing less damage because he is, you know, he's not on the boxes early enough. The boxes just get destroyed before Monk can even get there. So I don't think Monk should be doing like less damage than before. It's more that everybody else is doing so much more damage. There's less opportunity for a Monk to even do as much damage as before, right? Because the monsters are less alive for less time, so it feels like he's weaker. But I don't think there have been any changes that would make Monk actually weaker, though. Spotify widget's coming again, is it? Should be working. No, it should be working. I'm not sure why it's not. No, it is. That is the right song, isn't it? You're tripping me up. Ah, okay, so you don't get the bonuses from the old mentor other bonuses. Yeah, true. I guess you are losing damage from that indeed. Yeah, I mean that bug fix alone will make the monk a lot better. Everyone prefers to take Paladin or MS for Team Hunt. If I want to do sidebox, be healed by the Druid. Yeah, that is also part of the mental other thing being broken and not actually applying right now. So once they fix that, you'll get your damage reduction, you'll get your healing, you'll get your more damage too. It's a lot of bugs right now, it would seem, on the monk. Hopefully that's going to be resolved on maybe tomorrow. And yeah, the energy ring changes do mess up Team Hunts as well. Indeed. More difficult Team Hunts anyway. How double is Dark Trails to do solo? Impossible. You need 4 people for the Ravager. No way around it. Wouldn't be easy to find team on Kame. Kame is not that dead, is it? I'm getting a little bored. I've done almost half the bounty. I'm not really feeling it. I want to do something else. I'm not in the grind set for the sorcerer. I want to get it to, I want to record my hunts. I want to get it to level 600. Record all the other hunts and then go for, I think, for another vocation. Like, it's powerful, but it's not very good for streaming. Zoomer. Yeah. Yep. Is this place good for Paladin Monk? Yes, it's good for basically everybody. Would Forks work here? I think Ice would work. Earth, maybe not. So I'm not sure if it's that great for Druid, but it's good for everybody else. Oh. And mad they took away Pali's double haste. Mm-hmm. It was clearly unintentional. Your play hours do not help. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, if you play at awkward hours, it is indeed hard to find a team. How are the popular spawns on Kalanta? Yeah, pretty good. Always busy. I don't know. I don't think it's always busy. Like, Upper Roshamo, people will usually be hunting. Rosha West, people will likely be hunting, but it's not too bad. You'll often find like Nork Fortress just open, even at peak hours. Falcons sometimes open during peak hours. It's not as crazy as Nevia for sure. Death Echo on mouse cursor. Yep. Do I think it's still bugged? What's Lujor? Which one? I know that the chained penance is definitely bugged right now. The cast, when you cast it diagonally, the range is too short. And I know that Mentor Others is definitely bugged as well, so you don't get the bonuses. Those are definitely the 2 big bugs. I don't know if apparently the damage reduction that monks were supposed to get, the 20% melee auto damage, I think doesn't work either. And that was like the biggest buff the monk was supposed to get, so I'm not sure. Not sure what happened there. In your summarized chat, do you not see when someone replies to someone else? No, I do not. I do not. I just see the message. So I don't know. Yes, that is maybe sometimes explaining why I reply to comments that aren't directed to me. Yeah, it's the only way I can have the combined chat, though. It's all right. All right, let me get out. Let's have a look. We've done half the bounty in 22 minutes. I'll just come back another time to finish off. Returning 7.6 player, how are your energy beams so big? There was a vocation rebalance that went live last week, and it's part of the rebalance. You've got a perk in the wheel, top right, called Focus Mastery, which enlarges your beams to free SQM. Yes, Tiger, thank you. Thank you for watching out for us. Beam status enlarged. Wave 2. All right. I wouldn't mind a bit of Crypt Wardens. I do want to finish this one. I do want to finish this bestiary. Definitely want to record this video when I have the charm on the Crypt Warden. Maybe we go there for a bit. Let's see if it's free. Hello, Luquinho. Hello. No letter. Kalanta. Beautiful server. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What a lovely server. Ooh, we're almost gonna have proficiency 6 on the Soul Tainter. 10% extra crit damage. Lovely. Do you need some access for Spidris mob? You need Hive World Change to be at least stage 2 to access Spidris. So it depends what server you play on, Primo. Might be inaccessible depending on the mini world change. How did delivery weeklies go? Not too bad. I've got, I was able to buy 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Everything else is on market, a little bit expensive, so I'm hoping to buy it throughout the week for cheaper. If not, I'll just buy it at the end of the week. It's fine. It's fine, Letiso. Plenty of people on Kalanta. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, friend. Plenty of people on Kalanta to provide the goods. All right? All right. What protection do I want here? It's holy, right? Or is it fire? Don't remember. All right. Is Letitia still hunted by Kai? Big drama of June 26th on Kuznia Discord. That was funny. Oh, I have discharged rings. Never mind. All right. Oh, crit UE to start. That's what I'm talking about. Love this spawn, actually. Very, very fun. They just lose aggro here. This is the one annoying part, that they lose aggro on the on here from the acolytes and stuff, and the burning gladiators. That's a little bit annoying here. But... I can't read too many comments while I'm hunting here, I'm afraid. Definitely requires more or less full focus. MS is better than ED for peak experience. Yes, Druid is much more comfortable and simpler though. I'm not sure if I need to be going here for this pull. Actually, let me skip it this time around. I was doing it last time, but I think maybe I can skip it. Let's see if the respawn keeps up. Sorry about the calendar reminder. I shouldn't have UE'd there. I should have waited for this room. You know, there is no Fury here. Yes, we switched the respawn. I was bored of the Furies. This is much more fun. The Furies, I don't know, there's two monsters running away there. I don't love the energy rotation. The energy rotation is my least favorite one because I can't multi-action button it properly. So yeah, we did half of it. We'll go back there. We'll go back there later. Don't worry. Or I'll go there off stream at some point to finish it. I care more about finishing the bestiary here because I want to, I want to be able to record this place for a guide. So I want to have full charms here for when I do that. Ah. All in one key. Here I'm using just one key, yeah. Here my rotation is Death Echo. My multi-action is Death Echo, Great Death Echo, Energy Wave, Great Death Beam. Sapped or exposed? Sapped. I think sapped. If I had proper imbues, defensive imbues, that is, I would probably use exposed, but I prefer sapped. It's still, I still do hit red health now and then, so it's probably better for me to go to slightly more defensive variant. How are we doing? 7 raw with only 1 charm, no animus. Solid. Ah. Suppose it's kind of shit solo. Yeah, if you're pushing respawns, yeah, you don't really want to go for expose. It's fine if you're like really killing stuff very easily. Like if I was hunting, I don't know, like winter court at this level, expose is probably fine, but it has to be something really quite easy for you at your level. What's better, Beam Mastery or Enlarged E-Wave? I think Beam Mastery. Ah, shoot. This is not what I want. Monk POV. Wall boxing. Don't catch a trinket. I wasn't sure what was best. Let me have a look. Holy, right. Looks like holy is best, yes. Fixed. Is there any good way to track if your buff potion is active? The stupid arrow on the left, that's how I use it, yeah. That's how I use it. Then I use Tibia Vision with a timer on for 10 minutes. I have the hunt and analyzer duration. And I just always know that every 10 minutes on the dot, whenever the hunt analyzer ticks over a 10-minute interval, then I know to use a potion. I'm sure it's coming, Yukicha. I'm sure they're gonna get right on it. It'll be a secret feature of the summer update. You'll see. I'm sure Tipsoft hasn't forgotten about this new HUD that they added. It's very, very useful. Oh, it's not Yuki-chan, it's Mazrez. You have the same color, I think. No, never mind. I don't know why I thought you were Yuki-chan. But yes, I'm sure they will enhance this eventually. I don't like relying on Tibia Vision, to be honest. Like, relying on a third-party app is never something you want to encourage as a game developer. If there's a need for a third-party app, you should know that you're doing something wrong. So hopefully they'll realize that, right? Surely. I saw just before I started the stream, I saw Stroiner died again. Unlucky. Just bad timing, you know? Could happen to anybody. Yeah, it wouldn't happen if he was level 3k, right? Gotta buy a higher leveled character. Gotta buy Valor's character. What am I doing? Anyway, good respawn. Good respawn. I do like hunting here, actually. I do enjoy this respawn as a sorcerer. I do think it's actually well, EK is obviously like this respawn too, but I do think this is going to be a popular spot for this kind of level sorcerer. Maybe from like, I don't know, like I think 500 probably it makes sense. I think 400 maybe would be a little too difficult. Not sure. Careful, I almost procced one of my 4 invulnerable get out of jail free cards. I know. Sweating, bro. Sweating. I saw red health. Almost procced Buffett. That would have been very sad. Stressful gaming, bro. All right, let's get out. Pretty good profit too, over 1kk. It's like Sorcerer also gets like over 1kk profit everywhere. Love it. Falcon Cup can be viewed with powerful sword skill. Powerful sword skill? Yeah, I think the only limitation it has is on the magic level, right? It can only be magic level 2. So intricate. But I think for skills it should be normal, right? Still play Monk? Nope. They also have chain skills like Druid? No, they have one free target chain that I can show you right now. Here we go. You ready? There we go. There was a chain. It hits up to 3 targets. Except the second and third one get minus 25% of the damage. So it hits for like 110 base damage, then like 80, and then like 50. It's an okay finisher, but ultimately nothing that great. It's pretty good on low level. Like you unlock it at level 55. At that level, it's pretty good. That's it. Let me get my coffee on. I'll be right back. All right. Are you saying I don't need a UH make an EK cave botter to sustain playing a sorcerer? Not anymore. You don't. Not anymore. You don't. Yeah, it's not. It's not like the. Not like the good old days where you'd be just running around, casting ultimate explosion, wasting shit ton, having to sustain it with other vocations or a credit card. Now it's profit everywhere you go. All right, we'll do one more thumping on this sorcerer, and then I'm gonna go on the baby paladin, I think, and we'll do what people in Tibia like the most. You ready? We're gonna do some quest accesses. I know you're all gonna love it. I know you're gonna love it. I know it's peak content, but it's got to be done. On the bright side, it lets me pick up as many questions as you guys have, because there's nothing else to do when I'm running from point A to point B to type high mission yes. So plenty of time to answer questions. But until then, we can do something else. Oh shit! I had Sphinx damage boost. I got to use it up. I got to go there. Some point. Deathlings. I did want to finish Deathlings. Maybe some Deathlings. Let's go. We're going to see lower Rosha RP today. Probably not. He is only level 63 at this point. Maybe tomorrow. Hate so much doing quests? It's all right. You just got to be efficient with it. It's not too bad. All right. What are we going to do? Oh, Deathlings. We said Deathlings, right? Go on then. I suppose I can just cube there. So let me deposit everything plus get some potions. Okay. The wheel is the same. Let's see if it's available. Not a very popular spot, so fingers crossed. Someone's doing a weekly by the looks of it. 179 EK. Maybe this is some sleeper hunting ground. I don't know. Deathling Scouts, I don't know what the ratios are like. Don't imagine they're too good. 240, 160? Shit, maybe this is sleeper OP low level respawn here. Never thought about it. No letter. Kalanta. Again, Kalanta. Thank you. God bless Kalanta. Which set of weekly tasks would you recommend to do on 500 plus? Beginners. Beginners, friend. Always do beginners. Weekly beginners. Oh, Bruno, I just randomly scrolled up and saw your question. Weird question. Is there beef jerky in Poland? I imagine so. It's not particularly popular, though. In like craft shops, apparently you can get it. You're not going to be able to get it in like a supermarket, in like a regular supermarket, but you'll be able to get it if you want it. Are bounty tasks, weekly tasks actually worth doing? Weekly tasks, at least beginners, are worth doing for that extra bit of experience plus progress towards the wheel points. Bounties is more of an alternative way to progress your character. Hello. It is fun to do, and it gives you vertical progression. Is it worth? I don't know that it's worth. If your ultimate objective is experience per hour, then probably no, it's not worth. Don't sell Kalanta too much or they will come. I know. Other servers available though, right? I can always transfer off. If everybody comes here, I can just go somewhere else. What's the advantage of doing beginner? It's not about being able to or not being able to do everything. It's about the time invested, okay? Theoretical numbers, okay? If you can get a reward one and it takes you 1 hour to do it, but then you can get a reward of 2, but it takes you 5 hours to do it, then is it worth doing the reward 2 and for 5 hours? In my opinion, no. For me, beginners is this 1-1. Adept is like 2 in 5 hours. Expert is like 3 in 10 hours. And master is like 4 in 30 hours. So yeah, the reward scales with each of them, proportionally gets slightly better, but the time it takes scales more. Like it takes more and more, not proportionally to the reward increase, right? Which is why for me, beginners is like one and done, forget it. Or just be level 4,000 and blow through the masters, sure. Even so, I still think it probably wouldn't be worth it. All right, what was that prey? Here we go. Energy rotation. Oh, don't like energy rotation. Oh well. Exponential time versus linear reward. I'm not sure about exponential. Maybe that's a little too harsh, but yes, that's the idea, right? It's linear reward progression while the curve difficulty and time it takes scales way, way stronger than linearly. So yes, that's basically the idea, and which is why I do beginners. Sure, you can do the higher difficulties, right? But it's not really going to be worth it for the reward versus just like going EXP and ignoring the weeklies. I really love that they have changed the animations for the spells and not just the numbers. Yeah, it would look kind of stupid if they didn't change the animations. I agree. I was kind of expecting that. It's funny. There's only like 3 or 4 respawns in the game where that happens, and I just did 2 back to back. I think Droom is another one, like the usurpers hunting the lions. Yeah, then you've got this happening at Sphinxes as well with the burning gladiators and stuff. Anywhere else? The Deathlings and Deeplings do it. Probably a few more, but I'm forgetting. Hello, Tarabum. Will they boost Monk? I think so. I think a little bit. They'll fix the bugs. Bug fixes alone will be significant. But I expect nerfs to other vocations in the first place before the Monk gets buffed. If Tipsoft gets other vocations to a place where they're happy with them, and Monk is still underperforming, that's when I would expect Monk buffs. I'm not expecting Monk buffs until all the other vocations are in where Tipsoft wants them. Hopefully, some bug fixes will be enough to help the Monk a little bit. You think they'll nerf something? I think it's likely. Yes. I don't know when exactly. They may wait until after summer update, for example, and get more data. But I do think the new power level is probably not intentional. Ah. What do you think about making solo hunters ED on spots like Deathlings where you still need to use stone showers? Isn't better? Yes. So yeah, generally, I think it's probably I'm probably as a druid. I'm going to test out all the spots, but I do think I would probably settle long term for hunting spots where you can do double fork. It's just much more fun or simple and enjoyable. Although I'd rather they just gave Source Druid also a good solo Earth spell that is not a fork. I wish they would give Terror Wave the better treatment. Like Terror Wave could be like enlarged or something. And then if you only had Earth that works at a respawn, then you could still hunt their solo. Now the Terror Wave just forces you to use runes, right? Because of how awkward it is to use. You're gonna test forkability for sure, Luquinho. I still haven't checked out your series. Is it forkable? B Shane, I shouldn't be able to hunt where lions comfortable at 230 RP. I think probably not. I think maybe not. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm an old player coming back. When should I start worrying about the wheel? I used to play in 2000. Well, the first valuable thing you can get in the wheel is around level 100. And you just got to make sure that you pick the right thing. So, yeah, I guess level 100. And properly, like, even prop more from level 300. Because that's when you can get your first revelation perk. And that's usually where you really want to start thinking about it. Or at least make sure that you are doing the right thing. Just ask in Discords. If you're not sure, just join a player Discord and ask there for advice. Or you can check out tibiapal.com/wheels. I hear that's a great resource. Soul Bleed or Crypt Spine? I decided to go with Crypt Spine. I still don't think there's all that much in it, though. We're expecting some nerfs tomorrow? I'm not sure. I think it's maybe too early. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't want to take away from the summer update hype and they may wait a little bit longer. But it could also just happen tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, lovely beam there. Hello, Passig. Hello, hello, hello. Thoughts on this spot? Yeah, it's fine. I'm a little overleveled for it though. I would say I think this is a 400 spot now for a sorcerer, and it should be pretty fine. You do probably want the enlarged energy wave and beam mastery, so probably like 450 or whenever you get it, depending how many wheel points you have. And I quite enjoy it here. Like the layout of the rooms makes for a pretty comfortable hunt, I would say. Even an energy rotation, which is usually the trickiest one. Yeah, let me finish and go on the baby paladin. Maybe we'll come back on the sorcerer a little bit later. I sure do prefer hunting on the sorcerer off stream though. My god. Rough. Still on this circle setting, you'll need runes until 600 and 700. Yeah. I think all of those spots you listed, Oskarenko, Mitmas, Falcons, and Despor, so Nimesats, I think all those spots are double forkable. You shouldn't be using Stone Showers. 5k K-Roll is not very good there. If you did double fork, you should be making more than that. What you would say about low-level MS and lesser gems, flat mana or mitigation? Flat mana, I think, is okay. Like if my baby MS actually has flat mana, and I'm pretty happy with it. But flat HP would still be optimal, yeah. Mitigation doesn't really do anything for you on low level. So yeah, low level I wouldn't go for mitigation, definitely. Even a very, very high level, I don't know. I think low level MS or Druid needs HP or flat mana. Are you playing any of the PoE 1 TOTA event off stream? Nope. I'll play PoE 2 leagues going forward. I'm not sure if I'm into PoE 1 anymore. PoE 2 is much easier to like pick up and play. PoE 1, the path of building that you need to follow that, I don't know, and the gems and the links, I don't know. I do find PoE 2 a little bit easier to just pick up every few months. Oskarenko, I think I've seen someone do like 7 raw on Falcons on 500 druids, so perhaps. Where should I go as 130 RP after patch? Where hyenas? You like you kind of want. Well, I suppose you've got Shatterstorm arrows now, which would work. I'm not sure, to be honest, Marcus. I haven't yet gone through that level range. I am only 63 Paladin. If you come back in like 2-3 weeks, I'll probably know. But for now, I don't know what's best for 130 Paladin. And on that note, oh, before we go on the baby Paladin, let me just go on the baby Sorcerer for a second. Let me just check my weeklies here to plan out what we're going to do. I always get Dwarks all the time. Okay, Dwarks, easy. Barbarians, easy. Infernoid, Blobs, easy. So I've got 3 I can do here. For some extra experience. It's going to be like 1 level. What about deliveries? Gorge Antlers should be fine. Plasma Pearls as well. Okay, so we'll probably go for 6. 6 out of 18 on this one. And how's my hunting task points? Do I get another wheel point? No, not yet. Still only on 5. Poacher easy, yeah, if the world change is active. Sure. If I fish for the world change. Tomorrow update? No. Just a regular Tuesday patch. It's fine that some things are locked behind wheel. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I agree, Jackal. I agree. Okay, here's the baby paladin. Maybe I should check charms for crit charms instead of elementals. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the druid. I'm still waiting. Anybody out there who has druid Luquinho? Maybe you. If somebody could run the numbers on crit charms versus elementals for druid forks, that would be lovely. I don't know. I don't actually know what is best on the druid. On the sorcerer with the high base damages of sorcerer spells, crit charms are very good. On the druid, I'm not so sure. Can I ask, with the rebalance and new EK spells, what would be best solo rotation now? Exori Gran, Exori Min, Exori. Christian, have you ever considered playing only on keyboard without mouse? Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I have a small keyboard. I don't have a full-size keyboard. I have a 70% keyboard, so I don't have numpad and all the keys there. So for me, it would be very hard. Yeah, I think it's perfectly possible. I think knights or druids can probably get away with that kind of playstyle the easiest, but I still think it's lightly gimping yourself a bit. So I'm not sure. Not sure that I would recommend it exactly. I picked up 30 wood, so you know which quest we're doing. What are we going to have tomorrow? MS buffs, fire buffs, great fire wave buff. Oh, yeah. Forks are much more comfortable and easier to use and fun to use. Waves are stronger, but much more demanding. All right. Let me move the hotkeys a bit so we can do this quickly. Move this. Move. Go on, move yourself. Move yourself so I can use you faster. Content. Questing. Ah. Excellent. All right. Isn't it usually that crit charms are better for sustaining profit and elemental for EXP per hour? That depends. It depends on the vocation and the monsters. It's not as simple as that. Crit charms are generally better, for example, for hard hitting few target spells. So, for example, crit charms are amazing for spells like Ixori Min, for example, but not so good for Ixori Mass. For Ixori Mass, for example, elementals are better. So this is why it depends on like your rotation, your level. It also depends on the health of the monsters. Like elementals are better against monsters with high health, while crit charms are better for relatively lower HP monsters. So yeah, it all depends. As everything in this game, it depends. Postman would have saved me a bunch of money here. Damn, I should have done Postman. That would have been some content to do Postman. Are you not screaming under low walking speed? Well, I have intrinsic motivation in the form of making guides, right? So I don't know. It's all right. I know I want to do the guides and everything, so I don't know. It feels okay. If I wouldn't like leveling through the low level characters all the time if I didn't have a purpose in it, you know? Even they'll nerf the paladin's sharpshooter stance? Yes, I do. I do think so. I think the sharpshooter stance will likely be nerfed from 40% to like, I don't know, 25 to 30 maybe. Would not be surprised to see that. This game has got so complex. Yep. That's the nature of gaming these days, right? A lot of complexity for the min maxers. I have a question. The new elemental stances buffs like 30% extra crit damage only apply to native elemental spell or to all spells? Yes, only natives. So if you convert a fire spell into death spell, you're not going to get the benefit of the death stance on the converted spell. Yes, just the base spells. Oh, what do we get here on beginners? We can do the stone golems while we doing. We can do the stone golems while we do the Garoma access. Oh, I was gonna say fire elementals, but never mind. It's the blobs. Witches too, yeah. Although I kind of don't want to be doing that at the moment because this character, I don't want to overlevel it. I want to record level 60 guides. I don't want to get higher than level 60 or so. So I kind of don't want to be leveling too much. Best Wheel of Destiny Paladin with 420 points. Honestly, I'd probably go for tier 1 Emerald Barrage and then like tier 1 Gift of Life and tier 1 Divine Barrage in here. So you get the Gift of Life to save you. You get the barrages for extra damage, maybe lesser gem if you're going off points as well. You could use Divine Empowerment, but I think on low level it costs a lot of mana and is probably not that valuable. I don't think Grenade is really all that good anymore. So I'd honestly probably just go for Gift of Life for that extra bit of safety. And obviously the barrage perks. I've got 370 points. I've got T1 Divine Barrage, and I'm working to get a second one. Sure. Yeah, that's a fine setup. Hello, Marcus. I can even get a Bone Lord progress in here. Yeah, all the weeklies I've like rolled for like Liberty Bay monsters. Witches, Bone Lords will do the Stone Golems. Lizard Magicians will skip. Infernoid Blobs will probably skip. What about the deliveries? Wingtails are pretty expensive. I'll probably skip all of these. Probably skip all of these on this Paladin, this throwaway Paladin. Because we'll get this to like level 80 and then we're just not gonna touch it again. It's gonna go into the eternal hidden character list. Never seen. Is EK good for kill steal? Why do you ask? I want to know why you're asking before I answer that. There is a guild after you, okay. I don't know that EK is somehow much better than other vocations. Probably not that great because if you have a few people running around you, then they kill the monsters before you can even get to them. I don't know. I imagine probably Paladin's best because you can actually deal the damage from distance. Do I need to do the voodoo dolls before he'll talk to me? Maybe I'll get 5 of these just in case. I don't remember if I need those or not, but I won't risk it. I guess I'd say EK is the worst, even worse now with rebalance. Hey, got a chicken, got a rat. No, I don't remember what to say to this NPC. Let me pull up the quest. All right, got it. Now let me give him the pirate voodoo dolls whilst I'm here. Okay. All right. Counterspell. Yeah, got it. It's spellbook and then counterspell. All right. So we've got Groma stuff. And I suppose I'm only doing Romoa access, by the way. I'm not actually bothering with the giant spiders or the hydras because I'm never going to hunt there on this character. I'm only going to hunt Romoa. So we're not even bothering with the mushrooms. We're just going to do Romoa access. And I suppose we could just hunt there for 10, 15 minutes just to get a feel for it. So let me refill. Tomorrow patch. Yep, there's a patch every Tuesday. What it's going to bring, we'll see. Could be just bug fixes. I started playing Tibia like 2 weeks before the rebalance, and I can say for a fact playing freshy character with constantly active sharpshooter is insane. Feels like it should be nerfed. Yep. Agreed. Very, very strong. Surprised it's not like a higher level higher level stance. But maybe, Paladin is not such a great low level vocation, or historically hasn't been very good low level. Sharpshooter does help with that somewhat. But maybe it was just the objective to get it a bit more in line with other vocations, low levels. I mean, Marcus, the thing is though, is it OP? If you a druid or a sorcerer at level 30, you take your GFBs, you go up a spike, you're still gonna do more than that paladin with 160 distance, no? When I should waste money on gems, that depends on the vocation. As soon as it make okay, so I don't know if you mean like lower gems or lesser gems or greater gems. Lesser gems, you generally want to open a few at least around like level 100 or so. Greater gems, it's really vocation dependent when it becomes valuable. Some vocations don't open greater gems until like level 800, and some open at like level 500. RP, I think you probably don't need greater gems for a while, because you generally want to pick up the double barrage. That means you probably won't have a greater gem until like level 700 or so. If I have 103 base magic level on 475 E, do you think it's still valuable to put some money for training weapons? I generally prefer best in slot stuff before going for skills. So if you don't yet have like the good items, I'll probably focus on that. Do you have a video explaining the gem system? Not really. It's kind of complex, but okay. So you've got these slots in the wheel like this. That's a lesser gem. So if you allocate 50 points here, you can put in a lesser gem. Normally, it's best to get like flat hit points in that one. And if you allocate 500 points or so into the quadrant and you get all three of these, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you can get a greater gem in there. But then you have to heavily invest into one single quadrant. So it's better to get a better wheel than it is to focus on a greater gem usually. If it so happens that a vocation focuses one quadrant, like for example, the monk focuses the first 500 points to get a tier 2 bottom left quadrant, then it makes sense to pick up the greater gem as well. But for a lot of vocations, they kind of mix and match the quadrants, and then you can't fit a greater gem where it makes sense. All right. The access to Goroma is through levitating up, right? Going through the mountain. All right. And yet, if you want gems, you have to open them. You have to buy the gem for your vocation of the right size, and then you have to go to temple and open them and pay a fee. You can also upgrade them. Cost a ton. Probably a more higher level consideration. Nerfs tomorrow. I would be a little surprised. I don't think their nerfs are coming just yet, personally. $277 RP. Okay. Yeah, the grenade's not so worth it now. On a 270 RP, you want to probably go for either T1 Divine Barrage here or the T1 Ethereal Barrage here, and then just pick up some great smaller gems or some distance. Should be good. Maybe tier 1 Gift of Life. Actually, you don't have enough points yet at 277, but almost. You're almost there. This Afro barrage, dude, so ridiculous. And I only have a really shitty character too. Oh my god. Hang on, did I go the wrong way? No, here we go. And there we go. Finished the weekly. Hey, Christian, what are you doing on your little RP? Right now, we're doing access to Ramoa. But generally, I'm just enjoying the RP and progressing through it a little bit. I started playing it a little bit more because I was getting a little bit wary that the distance is getting a little bit too high. And if I let it offline train for a little bit too long, then people will complain that it's an unrealistic character. So I just wanted to cover some of those low-level places before I get too strong, you know. And it was double experience coming up. So I would have skilled even more. So yeah. Next week after double nerf, yeah, maybe. They don't want people not to spend on double, right? At least RPs don't need runes anymore. Yep, love it. Normal players are playing with base 120. That's what I think as well, but at least if I use a character like these, people should be able to match the numbers, you know? If I have 85 distance base and you have 120, then if you're not matching my numbers, I don't know what's going on. Look at that. I'm just destroying the whole box with an Afro barrage. Bro, it's just insane. How are the new low-level diamond arrows? They're okay. Nothing special, though. I would have liked for them to be a bit bigger. They're all right. And the only thing that'll mess me up here is the water elemental. I really wish they'd remove the water elemental from the surface of Ramoa. It's been fucking me up for the past 15 years. Hate it. Well, my diving helmet, yeah. Not for one of them. It's mod I can't do any damage to them as a paladin. They're strong to holy and physical. Although now with sharpshooter and Everal barrage, it's probably going to be all right. Okay, now let's be careful here. I do think you can get swarmed here when you first come up. Let's see. Oh, there he is. There we go. You can't handle the sharpshooter meta. And the Everal barrage. No more. No more will I die to this water elemental. All right, let's go actually get the access. So if I die, I can come back easily. I forgot about the ghosts. Those are going to be somewhat annoying. Insane, dude. This is so crazy. It's so freaking strong. It's insane. Oh, God. What's going on? I have 85 distance and I'm just destroying everything. What is this? Here we go. Quest done. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Crazy. Really crazy. That was a 5-minute delay I didn't know I had. Ah, yeah. Beauty of YouTube. You can get yourself a few minutes away from live if you don't pay attention. Stream Druid and you'll be able to read chat and hunt at the same time. You can do that on Paladin, I think. But yeah, Druid is another good one. They're playing 66 MS and put money into ones to get it magic level 62. Yep. It would be cheaper to buy a character? Yes, if you can find one on the right server. Low-level mages with high magic level generally aren't that available. It's easier to find paladins and EKs because they can offline train more effectively. Mages, low-level, they need to spend the ones, but people then don't tend to really list them. So it's hard to find a low-level mage with high magic level. I've been looking myself, and it's not that easy. I play on Kalanta. I play on Kalanta now, Citrin. I used to play on Nevia, but it's going too busy. Weekly reward on 350 is the same for beginner and adept. No, it's going to be a little bit better on adept. Technically, the experience for the killing tasks. Hey, Rach, hello. What's the reason for not going middle spike at level 60? A lot of charms progressed. Good profit, good experience. Requires imbuements, sure. There isn't. I mean, we went there yesterday on stream. And there's a couple of issues. First of all, earth elementals are strong to physical and holy, so it's a little bit awkward to kill them. Second of all, you absolutely burn through manas. So yeah, if you want to go to middle spike, you can, but I do recommend getting like a full set of powerful imbuements. And then sure, by all means, it's doable. Kind of tricky with just one powerful imbuement and also low skills like I have, because then it's hard to kill the earth elementals. What magic level and low level mage do you consider high? Over 80, maybe, Ginuxa. So like an 80 magic level on like a low level sorcerer or druid would be pretty high. There's not going to be anything higher than that. Yeah, if only I was level 1k rich. Oh, who else? Who else you could ask? Ruben. Is Rubenos? No, Rubenos is in sword, right? You could ask Jay Assassin, maybe. I don't know if he's playing much test server, though. If I was hunting middle spike on double experience, like level 110 or 120. Was he like buying supplies from the store? Maybe. 65 MS with 93 magic level. Well, that's rare. That's going to go for a lot of money, by the way. And it's pretty rare to have something like that. I've been looking for like weeks, a couple of months ago, and it's like very rare to get a mage of such a low magic level. Get a second character refill? Okay. Oh, that's a very lovely sorcerer. If anybody wants to pick that one up, 65 sorcerer with 93 magic level on Kalanta, that's very nice. I expect it'll go for over 1k TC though. If not more than that. There's going to be a lot of interest in that. What is a low level mage these days? I mean, just anything, right? Anything that's like under level 100. It's because it's very hard to train magic level offline, right? You don't progress magic level while offline training, so there's not that many on the market, because it's got to be people who actually invested exercise weapons on a low level mage if you want to have a low level mage with a high enough magic level. But people tend to play those and not have them on a low level, so it's rare. I mean, yeah, clearly if there's a level 65 MS with 93 M level on Kalanta right now, it does happen. But it's not something you can just always expect to be there. If you're looking for an EK or a paladin with like 110 plus skill, you'll always be able to find one like on like a low level almost all the time. But for mages, it's not that common. Looking here while I'm sitting on the beach in the sun. 30 degrees? That's cold, bro. That's very cold. It was like 40 in Poland yesterday. No beach, though. 30 is kind of optimal for beach, I suppose. 40 would be too hot. What do you think is the strongest class after rebalance? All are strong, except the monk. I don't think it is the strongest class. By the way, don't you think 1k level requirement for the new best in slot items is high? I mean, first of all, fraction of people can use them, but that's not a concern. The problem is that if they ever want to top that, they have to go even higher. Yeah, I mean, I do think that the new weapons will stay for a long time. I wouldn't expect new best in slot weapons for I don't know how long, but probably maybe not 10 years. I think 10 years may be too long, but maybe like 6 years. Wait, you're from Poland? Yep. Yes, indeed, I'm Polish. I'll be right back. Quick toilet break, and then we'll actually test the remote. I'll be right back. I think the magma set Oskarenko is probably just someone saying basically no equipment, right? It was just saying that it's basically no items type hunt. I have 165 sorcerer with like 102 magic level. I thought it was low because that's low for an EK. No, that's a very nice magic level for 165 sorcerer. I mean, my 120 sorcerer right now has 75 magic level. Now that's pretty low, but I'm keeping it low on purpose. Ephro ring for 10kk. God damn it, I've got 2 that I want to sell. Not for 10kk though. All right. Let's do this. The ghosts are going to be annoying with the invulnerability to physical, but probably still going to be fine. Okay. I wonder if I'm not going to overkill, you know. Now that I think of it, I'm probably going to overkill. We're probably going to have to be going to the lower level, no? Didn't really think about it, but with this power level, I'll probably be overkilling, yeah. Well, let's try do a lap without going down, and we'll see. But my guess is that I will, in fact, overkill the surface. Well, for MS rotation, I suggest you check out my post rebalance MS guide. I can't vocalize it right now while focusing on this. Or just ask in my Discord. Someone will let you know for sure which rotation to use. All right. So how is the respawn looking? It's not, right? Yeah, no, so it's clearly like overkilled. So we're gonna have to be going down. Okay. So we're gonna have to go down for catch up on respawn. The blue AoE is Ethereal Barrage, yes. I guess maybe go up here. And then do a lap from here. Ah, shoot. Go down here. Yes, it's the new. That's the new spell that scales with physical, which is so good on low levels. With the sharpshooter being very, very strong. I guess we can come in and do this room as well. How many monsters are here? I guess, yeah, come as far south as like this. And now go back out. This should be enough to maintain the respawn, I think. Now let's see. Let's see if the respawn will keep up now. Probably. I think it's probably fine now. Maybe. I still think it's still not full respawn, to be honest. Maybe I need to do a lap in Lich Hell. God. I hope not, because that's going to be a ton of backtracking. No, I think this has to be optimal, even if it's not full respawn. This has to be this backspawn there. Crazy. I'm too strong, Tipsoft. And I have 85 distance. Bro. Tipsoft, what you doing? But this is another good respawn, I think, for a low-level paladin. Yesterday, I really enjoyed Lion's Rock. I thought that was good. This one is another good one. Need to figure out exactly how much respawn I need to kill downstairs. Probably more than I'd like. Let's kill the water elemental. Where is he? There you go. How's the respawn looking here? Nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna have to kill to actually have enough respawn. Let's have a look. Maybe I just need to go even deeper. Maybe I just need to do this whole floor, even though it feels inefficient. Like, it's not too bad. I can see that I'm almost getting enough respawn. Almost. What about here? How many monsters is up here? 2 Necros, a Bone Beast, 2 Bone Beasts. Yeah, it could, I think, come in here as well. Come in here too. It's not too bad. And maybe that'll be enough. I'm almost out of potions though. Still using a lot of potions here. Double Void Imbue would be nice here. Still come down here. Or maybe even down here to pick up the double Bone Beast here. Probably not further because that's too much backtracking. But pick up the double Bone Beast here. It should be enough respawn. All right. There we go. Hey, hey, Mage, thanks. About to hit 65. Fast progress these days. Down to Lich Hell? Nah. I don't think so. Telling you there's balance patches made to speed up the game. Well, we'll see. That depends on how Tipsoft behaves over the coming months. I have my doubts. I have my doubts that this was their intention. It looks like I can do about 500k raw here. It's just kind of similar to Lion's Rock. You can definitely do more at Ancient Scarabs and Middle Spike, but it's much harder. And you won't be able to refill for very long there. Ramoa is actually, once you've got the access, Ramoa is actually kind of close to Depot, right? A refill to Ramoa is not going to take you very long. So even if you can only manage like a 15-minute refill, you can get here pretty quickly. All right. I guess let's get the level up. Here we go. Is using the scroll wheel still viable or too risky? I never used it. I find it a little too risky. I don't want a false positive, you know. Monk was advertised as no waste hunt, but now it seems every vocation other than Monk is doing no waste hunt. Yep. I don't know that Monk was advertised as that, though. It just so happened to be the very first proper no supply vocation in a lot of places. I don't know that it was the intention. Yeah, babze. you, babze. Yeah, babze. you, babze. Yeah, babze. you, babze. Hey, Cody. Yeah, babze. you, babze. You love stockpiling points and then using them all at once, don't you? Hello. Do you think Monk will get buffed for the rest of the vocations nerfed? I think first we'll see other vocation nerfs, then maybe we'll see buffs afterwards to the Monk. Depends. Depends how the other vocations are doing, but I think they won't be doing both at once. I don't think they'll be doing both at once. They'll do nerfs into then buffs afterwards if needed. What's up with those pirates? Those are new monsters added with the Targuna patch. And they needed to add them somewhere else for bestiary, so they stuck them there. Yeah, my TNT. Want to test the echo raid thingy today? Is it not working? Have they not published it? Actually, yeah, let me check the CM posts from today. Just a quick heads up, today's update won't include the mechanic that triggers echo raids on kill. We currently plan to add this tomorrow. Okay, I got it, Emmy. I understand. Unlucky. We're not going to get that on the test server until tomorrow. Good morning, Louise. Good morning. Yeah, it's like afternoon, 3 p.m. for me. Oh. All right, so we've done access to Ramoa. The only other accesses we need to make is Nibelor and Ixupan. What do I need here? Honeycomb. 6 will be enough, I hope. Eco rays can spawn influenced mobs. Yep. Yes, it looks like it's about a 50% chance to spawn. It looks like it's about 45% chance to spawn a box of regular monsters. I think is it 8? 6 or 8, I think. About 45% chance to spawn 3 or 4 influenced monsters. And like 10% chance to spawn the warden, I think. All right. Can echo raid happen anytime? There's a couple of mechanics that's how they're planning to do it. First of all, it can spawn on kill, so you kill a monster and it's replaced with an echo raid. That you still need to trigger it. I guess you might miss it and not see it, but you can still trigger it. And the other chance is there's like a different mechanic, kind of like similar to like fiendish creatures, where there's always going to be an echo raid active in a sub area. But yeah, that's probably going to be pretty rare. You're not going to be encountering that type of raid very often. 8 regular, 4 influencer warden. Okay. All right. Thanks, Miggett. Well, the other 2 are about equal from what I hear. So yeah, if it's 10% on the warden, then it's 45-45 on the others. And if you've got the bestiary and it goes up to 20%, then I guess the other ones will be 40-40. Spargrant Arena content? Nah. Never doing Spargrant Arena. What a waste of time. Unless it's like a new server and you need the weapon. Even then, though. Hey, could you, if I have dodge free zap rank 2, do you think low blow should be my next priority? Yes. No. On a paladin, no. First of all, you want to get rid of the dodge. You don't want the dodge. Eventually, you want to reset your charms. And crit charms, apparently not so good on the paladin. So probably wouldn't exactly recommend that one. Freeze and zap are good, though. After this one, I'd probably get poison, divine wrath, if I were you. Do you need 3 mugs of mead? Or is it 3 mugs of beer? I think it's mead that you need, right? Hang on, let me just barbarian test. Been a while since I've done this. 3 mugs of mead, yeah, okay. Oh, it can be either. It can be beer or mead. Is it mead or med? Yes, it's mead. Bring back Bane boss Svargrant bosses? Oh, is it from the crit from the arena? When it was first introduced, they were Bane bosses, were they? I do recall something like that. I got some nice content idea for EK. Low level rush, level 90 EK with Rift Lance. Powerful damage crit life. I did at least 2.8 KK raw. I'm doubting that you understand what raw means because no, I do not believe that a level 90 EK can do 2.8 KK raw. Unless you have 300 skill. Where? Grim Reapers on a 90 powerful fire damage. Death Prey? Which quest does the character already have? Nothing. It's a fresh character. Did you run a Prey? Seems a little excessive. Sorry, min buff. Sure. At level 95, I suppose you get the tier 1. Okay, all right, fine. I think it's a little crazy. Probably it's fun for a little showcase content video. Not sure it's a recommendation I would actually be making though. Shield Slam is higher damage than Exori. Yes, but Shield Slam scales with the damage of your shield. So if your defense of your shield, although they did buff up the shields, right? So if you have like a Mastermind shield, it's like 49. So basically like a single-handed weapon, right? Two-handed weapon even. Okay, yeah, maybe. Okay, all right, fine. 90 EK, 2.8 KK raw. Yeah, pretty crazy. Again, I don't think it's necessarily something that I would be recommending though. If you need like a powerful fire imbue and you probably die a few times and you probably need to pray. Yeah, interesting though. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I suppose that is doable now. I can believe it. I can believe it. I can believe it. I can believe it. You're probably gonna die sometimes, but yeah, I can believe it that is possible. So which imbues do you say you went with? Crit life and fire damage. Yeah, I guess you don't need the void, right? Yeah, but okay. I mean, I can see it. I can see it. It's pretty crazy. Maybe what is it? I have a 51 EK that will eventually be killing. That'll be playing through eventually. At that point, it will have around 110 skills. So what the hell? For video, for content, we're gonna do it. Summer update comes up tomorrow. No, it's just gonna be a regular Tuesday patch with some bug fixes, maybe some nerfs. We'll see. You think MS nerf incoming? Nah, don't think so. Not yet. I don't. Any adjustments on the monk? No, I don't think so either. Maybe bug fixes. Well, hopefully bug fixes. They definitely do deserve some bug fixes. I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing nerfs yet, though, for everybody else. Probably not. Where are the imbuements? What do you mean? On this character, I don't run imbuements because I don't want people to complain that it's too high investment. You think MS getting any stronger? I also don't think so. I don't think so. What are those bugs? There's a bug where the Mentor Over does not apply in a party to the monk itself. And there's a bug with the casting of Chain Penance. Those are the two I know about. I can't make any more than 600k at Lions, Rock on 70 EK. Yeah, I mean, the spawn caps out there. Where are people making 2kk? On 70 EK? I mean, I'm assuming you don't mean raw. Do you mean raw or not raw? Because not 2KK not raw is 1.3 raw, which maybe is doable. What's his name? Sniffer, right? What is his name? God damn it. Sniffler. All right. Now we have Nibelore access, so we've got that done as well. We can go for a cheeky hunt on crystal spiders real quick. Well, someone said 2.8kk at 90. Well, 90 makes a big difference. You said 70, right? 90 makes a big difference because you get Exori Gran, you get great mana potions, you get great health potions. So at 90, it's different. 70 would be hard. Anyway, 2.8kk raw on 90 is still a bit of a niche result. But like getting like 1.4, 1.5 raw on a 90k is totally doable now. I don't understand why people use raw as the baseline when no one in this game hunts out of green stamina, because it's a stable reference point. You've got stamina, you've got EXP praise, you've got boosts, you've got XP events like Bewitched, like Double. Raw experience is the baseline that's the easiest to compare. Animus mastery notwithstanding, but raw is a great invention and a great reference point. First rune on MS. Zap. Poison. Freeze. You will want crit charms on higher levels though, but you're probably going to reset at that point. Also has a really rough entry solo. Yeah, true. You get surrounded by like 12 mobs. True. If you're very fast, you just go in, you manage to escape, go by the wall, then maybe it's doable, yeah. You kind of want 80 for the great health potions, right? At least. Old Monk got myself 670 MS today, and gear was cheap for MS. Is it cheaper than Monk? I hear everyone's selling out the Monk right now. Go Colin Cult on this baby RP? Not until 80. I definitely want at least great mana potions or great spirits. It's too early now. Going on Protector swap after? True. Going on a Protector with the shield? True. Full bit and free weapons for around 500kk. That is cheap. You're right back, getting some water. I haven't really looked at the new best in slot items. They're such high level requirement. I will never get to use them. So I haven't really looked into them too much. I haven't worried about it too much. I hear they are better than the current best in slot weapons, but yeah, the jump considering the 400 level difference is not that huge, I think. Your EK isn't too far off. What, my EK? My highest EK right now is 219. My Monk isn't too far off, but I'll be selling the Monk. Well, I don't want to play the same vocation, especially one that hasn't changed very much. Not very good content to be playing Monk now. It's old news now. Monk is old. All right. So, Nebulor, you can't actually use the Holy stance. I think they're immune or very strong to Holy, so it's just gonna be Ethereal Barrage plus autos. See how it goes. Krypton will be really good for energy stance with the Pierce. I don't think so. If you mean the level 451, I don't think so. Maybe I don't know what the proficiency perks will be. Well, that you can change. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it will be better. No Exoricon. Yeah, I can use Exoricon. True. Why not? Always a little bit of extra damage. Sure. Anyway, this won't be a very good respawn. In any case, even when you like overkill the respawn here, you're still only making like 400, 450k per hour. So it's not. It's never all that good here. It's primarily a task spot if you really care about grizzly tasks. Otherwise, not much point coming here, I'd say. And profit's not good either. There's nothing really for weekly deliveries here. Or imbues. This place hasn't really aged very well. Ice cubes are worth a lot once a year. Not even a lot, though. They're only like 1-2k or so. Still not that good. Anyway, when you overkill, you actually have to do a lap even here, which is also not great. Love the elemental stances, but it's tiring. Yep, definitely. It's definitely not for everybody. Sorcerer is like the go-to vocation for like skill expression now, for sure. I mean, it always kind of was, but now even more so. For solo, anyways. For team hunt, it's not very difficult, but for solo, it definitely is. Stop it, Tiger. You know it's difficult. And how do you know there will be a patch tomorrow? Because there's a patch every Tuesday for like years and years. Unless they have a public holiday, in which case they push it to Wednesday. There's always a Tuesday patch. Which vocation is most chill right now? Probably Druid. Druid and Paladin for me. The thing is about EK. EK is fairly chill, but like with EK, you still kind of have to be always conscious of what you're doing and not close yourself in a box that's too difficult, for example. You still have to be a little bit cautious of what you do on the EK, which makes it a little bit less chill, I think, than other vocations. But still pretty chill. I wonder if I even need to use Shatterstorm arrows here. I wonder if Onyx arrows wouldn't be better. I often basically single target hunt here. Maybe Onyx arrows would actually be better. Druid is more chill than RP now? Yeah, I think it is, yeah. I think the thing is, though, I think both Druid and RP are chill, right? They are both very chill. Druid may be a little bit more chill, especially if he can hunt something with the double fork, right? The Paladin still needs to aim his auto attacks, right? Needs to target a little bit more and needs to be wary not to cancel his auto attacks, whereas not much of that consideration on the Druid. I just bought a 500 ED and not chilling at all. Oh, if you're a newbie on a vocation, then it's always going to take a little getting used to. It should be pretty chill though. Still, unless you're really hunting something too difficult for your level. Really strong if he's team hunting. Yeah. Yeah. I always forget people team hunt in this game, you know, and every time people say something, I just kind of envision a solo player, right? My content. All right, let's get out of here. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. It's about 400k raw, about 30k profit maybe per hour. Nothing nothing special. I was on Nightmare Isle. There's no much room for running with mobs. Yeah, I don't think Nightmare Isle is a go-to spot for 500 Druid though. I think maybe you just went to the wrong spot. You never planned to try team hunting? It's not really feasible with my schedule. I don't mind an ad hoc team hunt now and then, but I'm not much for a scheduled daily team hunt. On Tibia, I'll recommend level 400 there. Well, about that. Can you use double forks there? Because if not, then I think it should be removed. Let me check. Retching horror. So ice obviously is going to work. What about earth? No, I don't think for druid. I don't think for druid I would recommend Nightmare Isles because indeed doesn't really work. I mean, let me double check, and if it is indeed there for the druid, I'm removing it. Yep, gone. Upper Rosh I have for 400 plus. That's probably also too ambitious. Let me stick down 500 for the druid. The druid stuff is untested, okay? It's untested. It was just some ideas I was putting there. Hey, I'm a Fistalope. Nightmare Isles, in fact, not forkable, indeed. Rosh West for 100 RPs. By the way, sniper arrows, because it just also just occurred to me, sniper arrows are level 20, 28 attack, and regular arrows 25. So if you're level 20 and using bow and arrows, you should be using the sniper arrows, right? Extra free attack. True. Let me just update that and also update that for like some low level paladin stuff. I forgot about that. I was using regular arrows up until level 40. Desert Dungeon 3KK Raw ED250 low key respawn now. Huh, interesting. That's by that you mean the not honey elementals, the sugar fairies and the orange pink dudes. Interesting. 250 you say. All right. Let's add that to the list. But I'm going to try. Is it double fork then? Double fork. Lovely. All right. We'll try it out when we play Druid. Do you think they'll nerf a mess and what they're going to nerf? If they nerf a mess, they're probably going to nerf beam mastery in some way. Probably base damage on the beams. Maybe the base bonuses of the stances. Not sure. All right. One final quest I want to do on this guy is Ixupan Access. This is a great one. This is a great one. It's a folder, right? Everybody loves folder. Everybody loves folder. And I believe I need 5 nails. Also, I'm a little scared. The Oromond Minotaurs on this guy. Well, content, right? Monk sold? No, not yet. I'm waiting for the monk to improve somewhat. I don't think I'd get that much for it. What's this that is really, really good for Paladin 200? I'd say 120 or more is going to be really, really good. Yes, well, I do want to do that quest though. Level 70 Ixupan is going to be really, really good. So we'll see. Let's go for the Carlin section first. Folder. Is 116 base magic level without loyalty decent for a 600 MS? I think that's decent, yeah. I mean, my 540 MS has 105 base magic level, so you have extra 11. Maybe AOL or Blessing, yeah, well, if I put an AOL, then I can't have my Werewolf Amulet, but you may be right that AOL, just in case, may be worth it. We'll be all right. I'm sure we'll be fine. Get Energy Ring, right? That'll save me. I need buffer. All I need is buffer. I'll be all right. I'll be fine. I think I've done it before on a 70 Paladin. It wasn't that bad. And then this Paladin will then be fully quested up. And I'll only be playing it to... So I have a Paladin level 90 that I'm going to like take over from this one. So this one I just need to get to like level 80 or so. I think there's a couple of respawns I want to test at level 80 once I've got great mana potions and such. And then I'll be sending this one to the Shadow Realm. Kralos Nightmares. For me, that one is 90 plus. I really want to have crystalline arrows for Kralos Nightmares, so that I can kill off the ones that run away on like half health. Although I have to say I don't love that respawn on Paladin anyway. I don't think it's very good for a Paladin. It's too annoying. Shadow Realm is overcrowded with monks. They'll be back. They'll be back. Don't worry. I lived in England when I was a child. I lived there for many years. What are predictions for tomorrow? For me, bug fixes. Your main now is sorcerer. I don't consider. Oh, I'm coming here on my main. There's no way I'm running back. Yeah, I don't consider having like mains. I am just a perpetual tester of vocations. I'm going to be playing sorcerer, then paladin, then druid, then EK, then monk. And by that point, I'll be a persist online main or a 6 vocation main. I don't think I'm going to have a main vocation until a 6 vocation comes out. Commander Monk, I guess, the fastest. Muted. No, not like this. Why is she so far away? Yes, Tiger. Famous last words. I know. Things have changed. I think you'll agree. Sixth vocation will be my main for good, though, until the 7th vocation, or until vocation rebalance 2030. Bard main. Rogue is going to be rogue. Why do I have battle sign on this guy? Weird. Oh, here we go. Don't you need also pickaxe on Oromond? Don't think so. Oh, Necromancer. Yeah, I do think it's going to be a magic level based vocation. So I think Necromancer is possible. Copium, please. Classic Paladin and not this weird Hunter Paladin hybrid. Well, EK is, kind of similar to a classic Paladin. I suppose it would just be an EK with Holy, right? You use for chest and get wood. I don't think you need it. Let me just. I'm gonna YOLO it and not check. I'm gonna assume you don't need it. I think you just click it now, and you get the wood thingy. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna check. I don't want to have to go through this again. What's the quest? Adventures of Garth and Quest. Use the crate to get wet boards. Use the wet boards while having blah, blah, blah. No, you don't need anything. You just need the 5 nails. I've got the 5 nails. We good. All right, we've got the AOL just in case. Do you know what I'm going to get? I'm going to get strong health potions. I think those will be better than casting Exura. I think that's going to give me a better chance of survival. I can cast both Exura and strong health potion. Any tips for abandoned hunts for the double? All my ideas are on Tibia pal. Maybe you'll find something useful there for your vocation. You got some fail to authenticate on the stream, some plugin fail. Yeah, that sometimes happens. One of the plugins sometimes fails. It usually fixes after a few seconds. Yeah, no worries. Druid with bear and wolf stances. Stances would be cool. Like proper stances. Oh, that shapeshift you and give you different spells and different stances. That would be cool. All right, here we go. All right. If I'm going to die, this is where it's going to happen. All right. Got my key. Now, now just to get out. Well, we're still on 225% EXP. Bewitched lasts a week. It's a Bewitched event. It's still going to last until like Saturday. You could change stance for better healing. Yeah, I could. Damn right. Yeah, good point. Indeed, get me that extra holy magic level and healing magic level. 350. Should I go for Combat Mastery or Amp Core? I would probably go for T1 Combat Mastery. Although people do like Amp Core. It's close. It's close. It's personal preference. All right. All right. I think we did it. We did it, chat. We did it. Easy. And I've got dodge as well. Ah, lovely. Yeah, much easier in this stance. That was a good shout. Good shout. Thank you, Mr. Seba. I forgot about this stance on low-level Paladin. Now, this is a hard part as well. Look at that. So many of them. Please. No worries. All right. We've got access for this as well. Then. Okay. All accesses on this character done. Don't need to worry about accesses anymore. All right. I think I'm more or less done with the paladin for today. I don't know if there's anything else I want to do. Let me check what I've got on the to-do list on the paladin. Ooh. I think that's it. 300 Raffleton points for bandits. I'll be doing that, but not on this guy. I'll be doing it on this paladin. New best spawn for profit 215 ED. Don't know. I don't know. I haven't played for druid at that level yet. Maybe someone knows in chat. 200 EK after rebalance. Grim Reapers. Let's go and put this one on offline for now. Let me switch to Sharpshooter before I forget and then end up staying in Divine Defiance for hours. It was good shout, though. That was really good shout for extra survivability when doing some running through. Good shout. What patch tomorrow? Just a Tuesday patch, right? We have Tuesday patches every week. There's usually some changes. You've died twice already in Yala Grims. Oh, there's someone in here saying that they hunt their own level 90 EK. Let me check my... Did I check my weeklies already here? Right. Let me check if there's anything cheap. No. Yeah, this one's good. Wow, look at those buy offers. So cheap. Nope. 16 of those. Yeah, I'll buy 16 of those. $113. No. $131. No. Okay. 90 EK Yala Grims. Yeah. Yep. Somebody was doing with Death Prey. Triple imbue weapon with fire conversion on the weapon. I can see it. I can see it being doable. You'd have to be very careful. Obviously, you won't be able to take like 5 Grims or whatever, but I mean, you have like 1.5k HP on a 90 EK. It's more than a lot of mages that hunt there. Nice update would be make loot list account wide. Yeah, I'd take it. Well, hyenas should be pretty good for a 200 EK too. $285 MS. Best spot for PG. Probably Grim Reapers. I don't know, actually. I'm still not quite yet there. You see, my sorcerer is still a little bit lower, so I still don't fully know just yet. Ooh, there is something we can check out on this character. Someone was recommending me Holy Portal. Holy Portal. Kind of interested. I don't know if I have access to it yet or not. Let me just buy 50 of these and we'll sell them if needed. Let's check out Holy Portal. It's supposed to be fire rotation, I think. Well, you shouldn't be face tanking 5 Grims. So you shouldn't really be getting those combos. I'll be trying it on my 90 EK anyways. When I get there. It's not exactly going to be like super super recommend for everybody, but I do think it is possibly doable. On 200 EK, you shouldn't be dying at Grims though, unless you're really not healing well. What level were you destroying Grims on a monk again? On 130, right? So about 1.4k health back then, 1.5k. Been nerfed since then, obviously. Is Smudge not working on the 7 TV? Is that an emoji? Do you want to try and fix it, Luquinho? All right. I did have access. I did already have access, so I'll have to sell those back. Yeah, someone was telling me it's actually pretty good here. I have never in my life hunted here properly. Let's see, where's the lap? So I guess you go here, here, here. I don't know. Fuck it. Let's try it. Oh, paralyze. No, no paralyze. All right, where do I go now? Right. Oh, they're paralyzed though. Oh, they're paralyzed. Stop it. Now I suppose I go down here.
Test.
Paralyze is less annoying with Death Echo. True. Still annoying though. I'll have to figure out the lap here. Maybe I don't need to be going down here. Yeah, I'm interested to see what these 3 rooms are like. Oh god, the... Yeah, it's feels better than I expected actually. Seems like it could be an okay alternative respawn. And there's some weekly deliveries too. 1.1 KK raw so far. Yeah, you know what? Not great. Not terrible, though. Let's do a full lap and see. What multi-action you have on each element? Well, that really depends on the level and which spells and wheel setups you have available. On this level, you can't have just a multi-action. You need to have multiple hotkeys. On higher level, you can have a multi-action for death and fire, but you can't have a multi-action for energy. Ever. Without it breaking sometimes. The paralyzed, though. Oh my god. Why does Tipsoft have a boner for adding like shitty mechanics to already a shitty respawn? What is this paralyzed, dude? Why? Just get rid of the paralyze here. It's already a garbage respawn. Why does it need to paralyze like that on top of it? Ah. Oh, what is this? Oh, motherfucking paralyze! Baited! Baited into fucking paralyzed, dude. Oh my god. Bad respawn. Bad. Only because of the paralyze, though. It was actually going to be somewhat alright if it wasn't for this shitty paralyze. That was 50k profit in 5 minutes. Stop it. And you know what's worse? The worst thing is I don't have Inquisition, so...
Nie dobrze, a ty chuju dobrze. Kurwa, bober.
See, mages aren't immortal. They just need to get paralyzed. Ridiculous. Is that the clip, Luquinho? I don't want to watch it. The paralyzed dude. Oh my god. Any of those vocations, Renato, are very good right now. Any of them will work well. Hang on a minute. What is this? What is this 6-7 emoji? Is that, Luquinho, is this some custom emoji that you did for 6-7? Based on me? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Oh. Oh, dear God. We go in again. All right. We going back. We going back to Holy Portal. I don't give up this easily. We're going back and we're going to make it work. You avenged my death. Thank you, Sings. Thank you. I'm going to avenge my own death, though. What damage is it then? Mana drain and life drain, but mostly physical. So Bone Fiddle is actually optimal. Can't believe it though. Oh my god, the paralyze. Damage taken in Utamu Barri shows as mana drain. Okay, so it's just life drain and physical. Then okay, all right. So life drain is the best trinket. It does drain your mana. True. 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 That is definitely how it's coded, and yeah, makes sense. Paralyzed, dude. What a shitty mechanic. They do mana drain? Don't know. Yes, Passig. Yes, you did. Mr. Streamer, please link Twitch and the 7TV website. I don't understand 7TV. I don't know why. I don't understand it. It always messes me up whenever I try to do anything in the app or the website. I don't know why it's so popular. Zoomer and Boomer at the same time. Yep, that's me. That's pretty accurate. Oh. Link my Twitch in the 7TV website. Is there a 7TV website? I tried to access 7TV website and it always comes up with some shitty add-on in Chrome. I don't want to deal with an extension or an add-on. I just want to deal with goddamn website. I don't want an extension. All right, click on the website then. 7TV app. Okay, sign in with Twitch. I swear this wasn't a thing last time I tried to get there. Oh no, it was okay. All right, I'm logged in to 7TV with Twitch. What do I do now, Luquinho? What do you want? What do you want from me? Holy Portal. Yeah, Mashrati. Holy Portal. Oh, no ticket. Can anything else go wrong? Forgot. Yeah, I forgot the pickaxe. It's not my day, dude. It's not my day. 7TV app. Northeast click. Northeast. Set it. Okay. Settings. Link. It's linked. Twitch is linked. Kick and YouTube. Kick isn't linked. Let me link Kick. Twitch says it's linked. But I can link Kick now as well. Linking failed. Connection already linked for Kick as well. Seems everything should be okay though. Any Druid play today? No. I won't be playing Druid until I'm done with Sorcerer. Emo should be linked. Okay, well, we'll see. Oh, failed to authenticate with the WebSocket. I need to figure out which one does this. Hang on, let me quickly check which one is doing this. Okay, I know which one does it now. It's the TTS one. It's the one responsible for TTS. I can just put that somewhere else, actually. In fact, I don't even know if it needs to be visible. Let me see if I can do a TTS now. If it works. Which text to speech. Does it still?
Sexo.
Oh, someone else did it. Sexo. And it worked. Okay, so that's good. Oh, Italian. Italian redeemed VIP. Wow. All right. All right. That is a true VIP. There you go, Italian. Okay, so this WebSocket stuff that you've been noticing, I guess that's gone now because it turns out that was the TTS integration, but I don't need to have it visible anyway. So I've hidden it now and it seems it still works. So yeah, cool. 750 points away from VIP. All right. Soon then. Doing the walk of shame. Yes. I think we got it all now. All right, we're going back. We're going back and we're going to take revenge on those damn things. This time we'll play a little more respectfully. A little more respectfully. I don't think they're going to nerf anything tomorrow necessarily. I think it may be a little while until some nerfs. Yes, we're going back to Holy Portal. Now that I'm more familiar with the damage output of these dudes. Definitely need full physical protection though. It seemed very profitable. I will say that. I will say it did seem very profitable. Yeah, exactly. Maybe some. Yeah, it'll just be bug fixes. I think so too. I don't think they nerf Nahot Chaos much. Yes, I have travel and hotkeys. Yep. I have all the high Liberty Bay yes hotkeys type stuff. All right, we're coming back. And after this, I'm gonna have to end. So let's give it a go. Full focus mode now. You know what I could do? I could just prismatic ring. I have level for it now. Fuck it. We gain prismatic ring. What? I can't afford that. God damn it, Kalanta. 200. Oh. I'll get this one. Because those guys lowered it by 1 gold, which I don't like. We can afford 1. Just because I don't want to die again. Nice. Hey, I knew you would pop up, Letiso. I knew it. I knew you'd pop up. Whatever. I'll pay extra 50k per prismatic ring to play on a Sana server. 98k. Christ. Giving them away for free, basically. 98k for prismatic ring. That is very cheap. All right. We go again. Now, let me just think of the... Let me just have a look at the lap. I think... So there's 2 areas that are good, I think. There's this bit here. That's like many rooms next to each other. This is where I died, by the way, but you know, regardless. Then you have this section here, which is quite good. But this section is like following like a quite a long corridor, and then another corridor here. I wonder if I can just skip this section and I can go like do this bit, then go like through here and just kind of reset through here. I don't know if that's going to be enough respawn. Quite a small lap, but maybe that'll be enough. And then skip these corridors here altogether. Can't you just go -2? There's a -2? I don't think there's a -2. This is Holy Portal. This isn't the Energy Portal. Use E-Wave and UE more often. Yeah, so they're weak to energy and fire, right? Do I go for the energy rotation? No, after the machine, there's no monsters. This is all -2, and you can't go anywhere else. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Definitely. I prefer the fire rotation. Energy. I suppose I could. Let me have a look at this multi-action. I could stick the energy. I do have the energy wave. No, energy beam. Let me stick energy wave. Where's energy wave? And then I can go fire wave, echo, fire wave, converted energy wave. Yeah, we can do that. Doesn't matter if it's converted or not. And then we don't need to use the runes. We can just UE every now and then. And lightning is probably better than GFB. True. I forgot about lightning. Lightning could work as well. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Got myself real ready there. Oh, God. Not a good start. Not a good start. Oh, shit. My stance isn't active. Yeah, so let's see if I can skip the. Yeah, let's see if we can skip the corridor south. Now, they're paralyzed though. It's awful. This is a awkward, bit of an awkward corridor. All right, here we go. I think this is where I died, right? Oh, again. No, no. Not this time. Not this time. Or was it the next room? Maybe it was the next room. Nagatanko Stake X-Robe. If I already have Soul Garb? No, in my opinion, no. Don't know what that brass armor is doing there. Not quite sure what that's supposed to mean. Yo, the profit is good though. The profit for this kind of level mage is really good. I'm not sure if this is stable profit or not yet, but looks pretty good. Look at that. Keep dropping like a bunch of green items, dude. I can almost justify the prismatic ring expense with this kind of profit. Is it forkable? I don't know. I hope not, because then Druid's gonna overrun it. Freaking Druids, dude. Oh, they're paralyzed, though. Please get rid of the paralyze. Here I could be in trouble. Uh. It is forkable, but high resistance is okay. That's good. No druids. Get out my swamp, druids. You've got enough respawns. Well, considering the small density, it would still be forks would still be better than runes here. Ah. God, this corridor sucks though. Oh my god. I guess this is a rune corridor. Here you throw runes. Gotta. I feel like I've taken revenge on them now, though. With the prismatic ring and a tiny bit more respect. Does not seem too bad. And the profit, fuck. They're paralyzed. Have you seen the Druid gameplay on Xbox controller? No, but I can believe it. Hey, this is an interesting idea to hunt here. 1.2 KK raw, like that is okay. This is not going to be like the best spot by any means. You've got lava lurkers, you've got sunken quarter, you've got exotic cave, you've got plenty of us that are going to be better. But this kind of profit seems to be staying at approximately 1.2 KK profit per hour, and it doesn't seem to be like skewed by particularly expensive items like a boots of haste or steel boots or anything. It's literally just straight up the weekly deliveries. Seems good. Yeah, seems like 20k profit per minute. That is definitely the best profit spot I've experienced so far on the sorcerer. All right, I'll call it now though. I'll call it. I don't want to push my luck. Do you click each monster to attack it, or do you have a hotkey? When I click to attack the monster, if I miss, my character starts walking to the monster. Yeah, you just gotta get good. Skill issue, bro. But yes, I generally attack it with my right mouse button. And if I fuck up, then I go in the middle of the box and I die. That's how you learn not to fuck up. Boots of haste do drop here. It's just you don't need them to profit. Okay. Well, there you go. I actually think this is a very nice, profitable spot. If I make it too popular and more low-level mages start hunting here, then I guess the profit will drop because it's mostly supply-demand driven, because it is weekly delivery stuff. Nevertheless, though, I expect it to be pretty nice. All right, I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish for today. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let's see who's on Twitch. Fiery Soul. Kikero. Tom is streaming. All right, we're going to Kikero. So my man Tom from Discord is streaming. Those of you who are on my Discord will know Tom for sure. One of the best EKs around. Biggest maths number guy in Tibia, probably. So yeah, do check him out on Twitch. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I shall see you all next time. I'll probably be streaming on Wednesday, I think. Probably not tomorrow, maybe on Wednesday. Hope no nerfs tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. See you all next time. Bye-bye.